Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Friday, February 17, 2023. Jamaica and Canada continue to build on partnerships in key areas of interest to both countries. Prime Ministers Andrew Holness and Justin Trudeau held bilateral talks this morning on development financing, as well as cooperation on climate change and energy security. Both leaders were participating in the 44th regular meeting of the heads of government of CARICOM, which concludes today. Mr. Holness says both countries have already established an operational hub in Kingston. However, there is capacity for deployment and rapid response of personnel, supplies and assistance in case of emergencies and natural disasters. Turning to the situation in neighboring Haiti, Prime Minister Holness says CARICOM continues to monitor and explore ways to bring a resolution to that matter. He asserts that there is a need for a clear approach to restoring social and political order in Haiti in the interest of its people and for the overall security of the region. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is advocating for fair and equitable trade for CARICOM members and other countries. On Thursday, he had talks with Director General of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, on the critical role the WTO plays in this regard. Mr. Holness also shared the need for greater cooperation and partnership among CARICOM member states to overcome the challenges facing the global economy. Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith also shared in the discussions, which took place during the three-day Heads of Government meeting in the Bahamas. Jamaica is pushing for greater regional collaboration in spectrum management to move to a digital society. Spectrum management allows for the successful use of wireless communication signals needed for internet and related devices. Minister without portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, Robert Morgan, says there is a large percentage of the population in several Caribbean countries, including Jamaica, who are disconnected from telephony and internet services.
How does Jamaica, as an individual country, advocate for universal access to telephony and Wi-Fi and internet as an individual state? I suggest to you that it's not possible. The only way that small island developing states can have a voice in international fora where the decisions are made as it relates to how spectrum is technically manipulated and manifested is with one voice.
Minister Morgan was speaking at the Caribbean Spectrum Management Task Force CSMTF dinner held recently at Iberostar Montego Bay. Secretary General of the Caribbean Telecommunications Union, Rodney Taylor, says the CSMTF is building consensus for the region's participation in the World Radio Conference planned for November by the International Telecommunications Union.
You know that there are things like 5G that are coming on the market. There are new satellites offering new services. And a big discussion on the technical level is how do we allocate frequencies to provide for these new technologies like 5G. Of course, things like Wi-Fi, the increase in usage for Wi-Fi, the demand for more Wi-Fi. How do we allocate more spectrum to enable high-capacity services on Wi-Fi like the metaverse and gaming?
Government has allocated $50 million to assist the National Water Commission and municipal corporations with the trucking of water to areas most impacted by the current meteorological drought affecting the island. The money is for trucking activities until the end of the 2022-2023 financial year on March 31. Minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samuda, says the decision follows a recent meeting with Prime Minister Andrew Holness.
He instructed that an analysis be done to determine areas greatest impacted by the current lack of rainfall, and he asked that we design a trucking program to support the areas most impacted in partnership with the NWC and indeed the local authorities, and that we give some support that carries us up until the end of the budget year.
Minister Samuda was speaking at the commissioning of the 50,000-gallon storage tank replacement project in Yorktown, Clarendon. The project was completed at a cost of $22 million under the NWC's Tank and Pump Rehabilitation for Operational Efficiency Improvement Program. Residents of the mostly agricultural communities of Yorktown, Howells Content, Bullards Content, Hopewell, Parnassus, Denby Drive, Fogar Road, and the Four-Path Settlement are expected to benefit from the project. And finally, $1.8 billion has been allocated to purchase 50 additional garbage trucks for the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, in the upcoming fiscal year. Details of the project are outlined in the 2023-2024 estimates of expenditure tabled in Parliament this week. The vehicles are among 100 trucks that have been earmarked for the agency to improve island-wide garbage collection. The first 50 were delivered in December 2022.
We have made a commitment and we are committed to carry through on the commitments that we made to the country in keeping Jamaica clean.
While delivering his throne speech on Tuesday, Governor General Sir Patrick Allen said the NSWMA would also develop its capacity to transition to monitoring, regulating, and enforcing proper waste management.
This will include the revision of fines and offensives to make them more relevant as deterrents.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.